Okay, it is Wednesday afternoon, February 28th, and Scary Godmother is here. Now, I obviously have not opened this yet, so this is unboxing and first impressions. I did back this doll on the Kickstarter that went live in August of 2013. So, I've been waiting a little while for this doll, along with everyone else. But we have been watching the doll go through a lot of transformations, from almost an folk-style art doll with just hinges for the elbows and knees to what appears to be a fully articulated fashion doll in a 14-inch scale. Now, this is Scary Godmother by Jill Thompson. And Scary Godmother is just that. She is someone who teaches a small, scared child about the true fun spirit of Halloween. So this is a well-established character who is based pretty much on Jill Thompson herself. So she really put a lot of love and effort into getting this doll made. So, let's see, the clothes are iconic, the hair is iconic, the stripy tights are iconic, and there is a cat ghost called the Boozle who is also included in this. Here's the Boozle, having fun in bed like cats do. So, let's look at this. Now, as a Kickstarter backer, I've been reading all the ways that the company, the manufacturing company, did not understand this doll. And it's just wild that she's really here. You see, the box is amazing because Jill is an illustrator. And let me see if I can open it without destroying it, because this box is definitely cute. Oh, that was easy. Does she slide up top? Oh wow, the Boozle's bigger than I expected. I think, yeah, the Boozle has a hanger too, so you can hang your ghost cat. It's like, wow, I'm just really impressed with the Boozle. It's a lot bigger than I expected. Alright, I'm probably going to edit stuff out while I unwind lots and lots of twist ties. Although I will say that this is one of the many fights that they had to do with the factory to get this thing done, was to understand that if you just put a twist tie through cardboard without these reinforcements, it's going to pull through the cardboard. And I will say as an aside, my stash of these old reinforcements for dolls, because you don't see these on dolls as much as you used to, was getting low, and I actually like to cut these apart and snip them out and use these for neck adapters, like Chris's bread tag approach, where you snip a bread tag down and put it around the neck peg to help a larger head fit on a smaller neck peg. I like to use these. I'm going to get some wire snips. And remember that I had another light, so the light's a little different than it was a minute ago. This is definitely a doll that will look good if you decide to leave her in the box and never take her out of the box. It's in a very nice display box. And she's not going to come loose. And I'm just hoping I don't accidentally break her, because I have broken dolls getting them out of the box before. I almost feel bad since there's so much effort put into getting her packaged just right, and here I am just ripping her out, but I know a lot of people are doing that today. Oh yeah, this is nice. I say I'm just the Boozle is way more solid than I expected. It is translucent plastic because it's a ghost kitty. And there's a hole in the back, which I'm assuming is properly balanced. Let me get a see. So that when you hang it, it stays level. it does pretty much. So I don't know if I'll be hanging the boozle or if I'll just put the boozle on my display shelf, but I'm happy with this. And since it's a fashion doll, she does have accessories. It's 2 purses, I think, or is it just 1 purse? Can't remember. And again, the prototype was much more folk art looking than the 3 purses. Than these. These are definitely fashion doll quality. Does this open? It does open. There's a metal snap. I'm not going to open it. Ooh, the jack-o'-lantern. Skull. And glittering beady-eyed bat. So, and these look like they're going to be a good size for any fashion dolls. I mean, Scary Godmother is 14 inches, so she's a little bigger than Barbie. But I do happen to have a Barbie here to compare stuff to. So let's see. Yes, his purses will definitely fit with all the fashion dolls you already have. And there's a stand, which I need more wire clipping on. Like I said, I don't want to break this doll because I have broken dolls before. Not many, but enough to make me very, very cautious. More wires on the stand. So first thing, if you're going to take this doll out of the box, you either need to be very patient with all the twisty wires, or get some wire cutters. This is keyed. Can't tell what's the front or the back. Okay, the stand does not appear to be keyed, so if there's a front and back to this, I could get it backwards. Okay, is she free? Oh, there's the wire in her hair. I mean, in her hat. The hair was another big headache for Jill to get just right. I know part of the reason I'm being so cautious with this and afraid that I'm going to break her is because she does have arms that seem spindly, but that's just because she's a larger doll. These arms probably aren't any thinner than a Barbie arm. So the arms only seem spindly, but they're not. They should be just as durable as other arms of this size. That said, other arms of this size are the ones that I've broken getting out of the box. She is white with a very slightly green cast, so that could be my lighting. Let's see. Okay, there is a hinge on her. I'm getting ahead of myself. There are hinges on her elbows, so her arms can move out from side to side. I don't think her knees have the hinges, so they are bending only, but we've gotten used to Liv being bend only on the knees. The shoes are fabulous. I have to get her wings out. No wire snipping. And I could take all these. So I'm going to take all the wires out of this because I want to get all these things out, and then probably we'll put it back into the box and not break the box down. I'll keep the box. Maybe. Like I said, I feel a little guilty recycling it after all the work that went into it. There are holes in the bodysuit, so you can put her wings on, and the whole edges are finished. Let's see. Now, someone who got their Scary Godmother doll yesterday reported that there is some staining from the zipper on the body, but the overall This bodysuit did not stain the doll. So I can't quite get everything lined up to get the wings in. The wings are kind of lost in there, but of course I'll be having fun with new clothes and hairstyling on her. And there goes a wing. I don't think the wings are badly designed. I think I'm just being overly cautious. She does have a copyright on the back of her head, 2015, Jill Thompson Creations. I know I said the Kickstarter, the doll was created in 2013, but they did not get the head finalized until 2015. I'm going to put the wings in later. So, let's see. I don't know if I can get her close enough that you can see her face. Or if I'm even lining her up right. Of course, there will be a million pictures of her eventually on Instagram and Flickr. Not only from me, but from everyone else who's gotten one. And I will say my camera does recognize her even highly stylized face as still being a face. She's a great profile. I'll show you the shoes too, now that I'm up close. They're fantastic shoes. They will probably be shared if I have any other dolls who can wear that size shoe. Now, comparing her again, Barbie as the standard size for a fashion doll. She's a little bigger than Barbie. She's 14 inches compared to Barbie's 11 1/2. Chip, you don't need to come in. So I also grabbed the most common 14-inch fashion doll, which is a Moxie Teens, to compare. And their proportions are, I mean, the size is about the same, but I have a feeling that Scary Godmother will come closer to fitting curvy Barbie clothes than to fitting Moxie Teens clothes. Oh, I think some people put Moxie Teens into their curvies. I mean, this dress that she's wearing has been on curvies that I've owned. So, let's see. Alright, the hat is held on with a really heavy elastic band. And it is stuffed and wired to hold its shape. Let's see. I'm afraid of breaking ankles too. Shoes are a nice plastic, and they are right versus left. This is maybe where you come a bit, she doesn't smell like anything. She just smells like a doll. There's no strong plastic smells to her. Let's see, this tutu is very full. There's a lot of layers on this. And it closes with metal snaps. And her bodysuit has a heart skull butt. Okay, let me see if there's a stain on it as was reported. No, there does not appear to be a stain. Let's see. I don't know if the hands come out. They don't feel like they want to, although these arms are vinyl. So if heated, I'll bet things could come apart easily. And she has the 2-part rotation on the wrist that a lot of action figures have. You don't see it in fashion dolls quite so much. But it can spin this way. But there's also a ball, 2-part ball joint, so you can do this. But you can also spin on the other side of the ball joint. So you can... I miss this kind of wrist. I really like this kind of wrist. It was something I always liked on the action figures. This is a very well-tailored bodysuit. Are the tights separate? Yes, the tights are separate. I think they're going to come off all at once. Just 'cause I'm afraid of tearing things. But actually this bodysuit feels really sturdy. And the tights are also very well tailored. I have glitter everywhere now. Just showing you that they are the tights and the bodysuit are separate. Custom printed tights, as per the illustration. Honestly, I think this bodysuit might fit Barbie's. Yes, this bodysuit fits a Barbie pretty well. There's a little extra hip to it, because this doll is hippie, which is good. But yeah, so does the tutu, because there's some stretch to the bodysuit. Oh, the tutu will not snap on a Barbie, a modern Barbie. It might snap on an older style Barbie, the Superstar, the body with the 68 copyright that was used pretty much from variations of the original 1959 body used until the belly button body came out in 1999. I mean, this could even fit the belly button body. That is a little bit slimmer than the modern body. This is a made to move. So, but this would probably, if you have a Momoko or a Blythe, this would probably fit them. So that's how thin Scary Godmother is, 14 inches. But she can share a bodysuit with Barbie. Still. Eventually, I'm sure I'll see if these fit Moxie Teens. But here is Scary Godmother. I don't think she's body blushed. Whoa! That's... hold on. Eye stain. Just on the inner thigh, though. Hold on, I'm going to see if this is... no, and on the leg there, but it's not on the other leg at all. So I'm going to guess that's not even from the tights. I mean, it's possible. Well, I don't know. Some of the purple in here, I don't know if it'll ever show up on the video. There's just a tiny bit of pink here that's about the same color. See if I can do that trick, try to get focus. It's about the same color as the stains in her legs. But let me see if it's actually a stain or if it's a surface discoloration. Hold on. Okay, Magic Eraser took it right off of her thigh, which is hard plastic. This is vinyl, so that's a little more permanent. I also found some on her foot, which mostly came off. So yeah, something inside these tights, the purple, but not actually the purple. Something contaminated. I'm not complaining though, as a doll person, this is normal. And I still can't tell if she's blushed. Is she lightly blushed? The only reason I'm asking is because you'd think that if she was being blushed that the the updates would have been screaming about how the factory isn't understanding the blushing process. So far as I've been playing with her, the joints move freely. The arm tends to want to flop if you don't have it all the way, but it can hold. You can get a combination of angles just having the top or bottom. This arm holds. This arm is slightly floppy, but not too bad. There's not a problem with her torso. I've had action figures with torsos designed like this where it's just like a floppy jelly bean in the middle. So this is good. Her ankles have the same joints as the wrist that allow the full motion anywhere you want, which is good. So, and you can't see on the surface, but she kneels very well. There is a small gouge in the plastic embossed, but overall, can't tell if there's a difference between the front and back of her torso piece. There's a little forward and backward on top of it, and a little on the bottom, but again, it feels like it's going to hold pretty solid. Of course, it helps that there is a hinge, not a hinge, a pivot here to make up for the lack of a rotation joint above the double hinge on her elbows. And of course, can she touch her face? Yes, she can. She can hold her nose and she can laugh. She has very nicely sculpted hands, and very nicely sculpted feet, and very nicely sculpted legs. And so the only complaint we might have about the legs is the fact that there's no rotation, no cut joint to go with these double hinges. But like I said, we've been playing with live doll bodies for years without that, so we're used to it. Overall, for something as new and wild as this, the body's nice. And of course the face is painted really well. Again, for as much trouble as the factory was giving her, slight smudge on the ear, it will come off. The paint is really nice. There's no overspray, there's no missing areas, there's no misaligned stuff. I don't think I'm going to repaint this doll, because she can't be anybody but Scary Godmother. So that's my unboxing and first impressions. I'm sure there will be scads of other reviews of this doll floating around in no time as everyone is receiving theirs. But for now, that's mine. Thanks.